Lady Falcons put up a much better stand in set number 2, but the Lady Eagles would not be denied as they go up 2-0.
Well, you know, this was a better set for Adamson. They lost the second set, but you know, it was a different feel for the Lady Falcons, but still not enough to keep at pace with the Lady Eagles. Kita natin, no, the Lady Eagles were a bit shaky at some point in the second set, but somehow you'll see that the confidence is still there. They're very sure of what they're doing inside the court. Ferrer again did an excellent job setting up for the Lady Eagles, and yung depensa rin ng Lady Eagles was there, and we give credit to a lot of this good digs to the points that they had.
Well, Makatuno wasn't too shabby as well for Adamson. She really made it more difficult for Ateneo to predict their offense, but it wasn't enough as Ateneo just too much again for Adamson in set number 2.
I guess if there's anything that you know, Adamson should look back at, it's the part na hinahabol nila palagi yung Ateneo. I think for them to secure a win for at least here in the third set so that they can extend this match, unahan nila dapat yung Ateneo. As we take a look at what had happened in the second set, 15 attack points for the Lady Eagles, 14 for the Lady Falcons, so hindi naman gaanong malayo. Better blocking for the Lady Falcons this time around, 2 as compared to only 1 of Ateneo. 1 service ace for each team, but when it came to the unforced errors, there were about 5 for the Lady Eagles and 8 for the Lady Falcons.
Ateneo clearly correcting one huge error back in the first set where they had more unforced errors than their opponent. Only 5 in set number 2. Valdez gets it going for Ateneo here in set number 3.
And also, no, if you're Adamson and you look back at the second set, manghihinayang ka because nakasabay naman sila sa Ateneo when it came to attacks, to blocking, pati sa services. Talagang dahil lang sa errors. That's what really cost them the second set.
And the closest they were was 23-21. That's 2 points away from tying it up with Ateneo.
That's right. But yun yung sinasabi natin, no? Mahirap din yung pressure na ikaw yung kumahabol. And they weren't able to pull it off in the second set.
Well, let's see what they will do here in set number 3 as they get the first lead of the set for the first time in the match. Let's check in with Bea Coronel for more about Adamson.
Thank you, Eric. Well, in that last set, what the Lady Falcons lacked more than anything else was their organization. In fact, as Mommy Dulce pointed out, the girls were so scattered they hardly ever went to their number 1 options. Now, this of course led to unforced errors, something she no longer wants to see. Hindi kailangang komplikado, said Coach, basta makapuntos tayo. Now, in addition, the Lady Falcons seem to be playing the game of the Lady Eagles and not the other way around. Mommy Dulce wants her veterans to come alive and the spirit of winning and sense of urgency in her players rekindled. Eric and Ann.
Thank you, Bea. Well, Mommy Dulce clearly wanting to avoid the 8 turnovers they committed in the second set here in set number 3 as Togonon with an error, giving Ateneo the lead here in set number 3. Valdez blocked but out of bounds off Zapanta.
Earlier, we were talking about how important this game is for Adamson. Adamson is currently tied in the 3rd place along with FU and UST. So at this point where you know, it's now a battle of which teams will make it the 3rd and 4th teams will make it to our top 4. Importante talaga lahat ng remaining games nila. And for Adamson, aside from after this game, actually they have FEU, UE, and UST. So they will have to face those 3 teams after they go up against Ateneo.
The teams they are tied with.
That's right. So, well, FU and UST, they're tied with these 2 teams. So it's very critical that tama yung sinabi nila kanina, no, during the pre-game, na talagang importanteng maipanalo lahat ng remaining games nila.
But Ateneo is proving to be a tough nut to crack for Adamson with the Hervasio hit and kill in the last sequence, but a lucky break for Adamson here with that service error from Valdez.
Serving.
Gretchen Ho gets it off the hands of Pineda for another Ateneo point, and the lead at 4-3. Speaking of Ateneo, let's check in with Tiff Atendido.
Yes, Eric, with Coach Roger wanting to always be on the offensive side of the game, he says, hindi pwedeng puro defense. We have to keep on pounding. One good play will not give us a win. We need a lot of good plays and to take control of this game. Although happy they won the second set, Coach Roger noticed that the girls celebrated early kaya nakahabol ang Adamson. We have to be aware of what's happening in their minds. And team captain Phil Kainglet, who by the way is celebrating her birthday on Monday, acting as leader to her teammates, ended with tuloy-tuloy lang mag-isip sa court at wag nating ibibigay sa kanila. Eric Anan.
Thanks, Tiff. Well, this is going to be a perfect, advanced happy birthday gift for Phil Kainglet if they go up 9-2 today. And going advanced happy birthday to Phil Kainglet. Now, going back to that point of keep on pounding, they keep on pounding, but at the same time, they also keep on defending, which is really destroying the morale and the confidence of Adamson.
Well, that's right. And yun nga, we see a lot of confidence here on the side of Ateneo. We see how we've mentioned this over and over again, how fluid their movement is on the court. As we saw that excellent attack from Pineda.
Really going up high for this one. Take a look at that elevation.
There was like a huge gap in between the two blockers of Ateneo, so that was a big room for Pineda to get the ball through.
And it seems like she was going up and away.
Pineda, of course, if you watch the games live, you'll see that she's not one of the tallest players that you have on the floor. But she has that excellent leaping ability.
Well, there's no shortage of leaping ability as well for Phil Kainglet. Take a look at that. 7 serving 4. That's Gretchen Ho. Here comes Pineda again. Just a combination of leaping ability, athleticism, and power.
Pineda, of course, has been very effective there for Mommy Dulce, right at that outside hitter position.
5 serving 7. Faye Guevara. Off speed from Phil Kainglet. Here comes Soriano. Back row, Valdez. Oh, nice dig from Pineda. But everybody was going after the ball on one angle. Nobody was left behind. And now Ateneo is up by 3, 8-5 in set number 3. Adamson had the lead for but a brief moment. And now they're back in a position where they have struggled from so far the entire match, trying to catch up with Ateneo. And this is what you've been pointing out, and since set number 2, yung problema ng Adamson by falling behind, and they can't just find the energy to try and catch up.
And they're caught in that same situation again earlier. The score was tied. Pero talagang they can't break away from this this situation. Parang hinahabol talaga sila all throughout the 3 sets that they've been playing.
And it's so true what Coach Gorayev said about Ateneo really just having much better confidence, and they're playing much better compared to, the first round of eliminations here in the second round. They're just more together, and their offense is much more fluid than we've ever seen.
And you know how teams would actually peak, diba? And I think this is maybe Ateneo at their peak here in the season.
And for the Ateneo fans, you're hoping that they don't peak too early, because obviously there's still a long way to go here in the second round of eliminations. And 3 straight errors on the part of Ateneo brings Adamson within 1, 8-9. And Coach Gorayev clearly unhappy with the series of errors.
After this game against Adamson, Ateneo will still face FEU UP, and their last game is against DLSU.
DLSU, one of the most awaited matches. And you can tell that the volleyball tournament has gone a long way when people actually look forward to the Ateneo LaSalle volleyball matches, not just the basket, because obviously basketball matches between Ateneo LaSalle are the hottest tickets in town. But I think humahabol na tong volleyball with so many people asking about how to get tickets to that matchup.
It's going to be an exciting game, of course. So that's still the last game of Ateneo and on Feb 12.
Feb 12, right before
February
Valentine's
12.
too, no? So, perfect. 9 serving 10. Adamson within 1. And this is the set that they need to go all out. Joust, won by Ateneo. Kinlog off to Zapanta.
Oh,
Soriano.
Soriano.
She was right there. She knew what she wanted to do, but she hesitated and she maybe thought it wasn't going over.
One of the few moments that you would see her
That's true.
hesitate.
And one of the few moments you'd see Soriano not take an opportunity like that. Because usually, you know, 9 out of 9 times she'd knock that out of the ballpark. But yun nga, nag-hesitate. Trying to make up for that error, Soriano still kept alive by Ateneo. And wow.
Vaso through the block.
Every time Adamson threatens, Ateneo always has an answer.
And it doesn't matter which attacker is at the front line for Ateneo. They all are delivering at this point.
And that's, I guess, the most important thing is it doesn't matter who it is. Sometimes you get that crucial point from Valdez, sometimes from Kainglet, sometimes from Hervasio. So if you're Adamson, you don't know paano bababawi ito. We're just within 1, pero is it gonna slip our hands? A timeout by Adamson. Let's listen to Mami Dulce.
Ang ganda ng miss mo. 2 beses.
Ano ba yun?
Ano ba ginagawa niyo kapon?
Mayip. Eto, gumanon lang. Wala kang tiyempo. Masyado ka namang orthodox eh. Itataas mo lang. Taste na naman na ganun eh.
Ginagawa niyo.
Okay.
Ang sa'yo, ginagawa.
Makinig naman kayo. Makinig kayo, okay. Habang malapit pa yan, ha? Habang malapit pa yan, isa-isa. Yan.
Tara, mag-usap kayo, te!
Yan po. Minus ka dyan.
Let's run with this line of thought by Mami Dulce. She is in disbelief at how these girls, because she knows how Adamson plays, and we know how Adamson plays on the volleyball faithful watching on Studio 23. We're familiar with how this team plays, but yun nga, what is going on? They can't seem to defend. They can't seem to get their offense going. Adamson, they have spurts like that, pero they're far and few between. So, what are they nervous? Are they tense?
I think more than anything, it would probably be them being tense because tulad nga ng sinabi mo, hindi ganito yung laro nila. But I guess that time out of Mami Dulce was very timely. As soon as they went back on court, Pao Soriano was able to make a point out of her attack. So yun yung dapat, na you change and shift the momentum right away.
Let's see if they can get that consistency, but they can't. Napuputol palagi because of Ateneo, and Valdez is one of the main reasons there.
That's right. You can see it. Like what we said, mukhang tensionado. The Adamson squad seems to be very tense. Could be the pressure of the position where they're in now. They're on a 3-way tie with 2 other teams. So yung pressure for them to break away from this tie and also to fight for a position in the Final 4, ngayon na rin yung pumapasok.
And they're in a very tough position. I mean, make no mistake about it. 3-way tie, you're not assured of anything at all. And you're going up against the second-best team in the league. I mean, that's a lot of pressure for girls who are, what, 18, 23, between those ages. So it's tough.
But, at this point, they're still keeping it close with Ateneo. Again, we are on the 3rd set. This is the last chance of Adamson to probably extend this match into 5 sets. Just like what had happened in their previous game. 5 sets. It lasted 5 sets.
But that that match was
different.
One wins, one loses, and it was a back and forth. But right now,